Hi, my name is Margie. I've been going to New Hope for more than 4 years. The first day I went to New Hope, I felt a sense of joy and peace that I haven't felt in such a long time, especially after my divorce. I'm so glad God led me to New Hope because my spiritual journey with God began. I started serving and volunteering. My son and I were going to New Hope all the time. Every chance we could go, we went. We loved it, but something was missing. In my heart, I wanted to tithe faithfully. But being a single mom, I always felt I never had enough to pay the bills. I always felt the bills always piled up. It was a never-ending cycle. God would reveal himself and bless me a few times. Then I would tithe. But I was inconsistent. I wanted to get to a place where I could tithe faithfully and not worry about my bills. So last year, in January, I said, this is a new year. This is going to be my year. How am I going to break that cycle? I wanted to invest in God's kingdom, where I felt a sense of peace and happiness at church. So I went to church and I heard Pastor Kent's message on tithing. I heard it a few times before. I always said later. I'm gonna tithe later. I know now I was just prolonging my blessings. At the end of his message, he said, I challenge you to tithe for 6 months and see what happens. Oh, it's like a light bulb came on. The answer was right in front of me. I said, okay, I accept the challenge. I'm going to tithe, no matter what, for at least 6 months. As soon as I started tithing faithfully, I started being blessed instantly because I told myself, I'm going to tithe no matter what. I continued to tithe. One day at work, I received a text message that money had been deposited into my account. I looked at my phone and I said, what? Is this a scam? Is this a telemarketing scam? Is this real? Is this fake? I said, what account? I realized it was my child support. I contacted them and they said, your ex-husband contacted us from Germany and he volunteered to pay what he owed and even all the back pay. Now, if that's not God's work, I don't know what is, because that is a miracle. My ex-husband would never, ever volunteer to pay child support because that money came just in time. I always dreamt of buying a home for me and my son. But before tithing, that dream seemed impossible. God made it possible. I was approved for a home loan. In the process of getting a house, my son and I became sick and had to go to the emergency room. It ended up costing us over $4,000. The old me would have been scared and would have stopped tithing, but I continued to tithe. I applied for financial assistance. I contacted the emergency room bill, and they said my bill was approved for financial assistance. Thank you, Lord. I was really nervous and shy to share my testimony, to share my story. But if my story reaches a single mom, a single dad, anyone financially struggling, then it was all worth it to overcome my shyness. I encourage you to take the tithing challenge because it's the best thing I ever did. To invest in God's kingdom, I was really investing in my future and most importantly, in my son's future. I feel like I've won the jackpot by taking the tithing challenge. I've won a better future for me and my son. And I know and I believe that this is just the beginning, that this is just the start. I encourage you to take the tithing challenge because one day it'll be you sharing your story and all of God's blessings for you. We've won a better future by taking the tithing challenge. We won with the tithing challenge. We won with the tithing challenge.